Do you really think they'd put that much effort into advertising their sports book if winning didn't take a lot of effort? It's a pretty good question, right? Well, that's why I'm revisiting this video. The Truth About Sports Betting is the first video I ever uploaded to this channel, Sports Betting Truth, and it's also my most viewed video. But 2 years later, I'm revisiting this video and a few other videos on this channel to kind of reboot and see if anything's changed over the last 2 years. But first, I want to talk about our sponsors, BetMGM and BetRivers. These are two legal United States facing sports books, so you don't have to risk your money sending it overseas to God knows where. Now, if you live in Virginia, Tennessee, Colorado, Indiana, or Iowa, you can sign up for BetMGM today with the link below in the description and get up to a $600 risk-free first bet. And if you live in Illinois or Pennsylvania, you can sign up with BetRivers and get up to a $250 instant deposit match upon signing up with the link below. So keep your money in the United States. Don't risk sending it overseas. Sign up for BetMGM or BetRivers today if you live in one of those 7 states. Now, as you can see in the intro of this video, I went around and sportsbook marketing is on fire these days, and I don't know what's changed because I lived here in 2012, right? And there was no sportsbook marketing at all. Like, you would not know these casinos had sportsbooks because they did not talk about it. They just didn't. There is no marketing. But today it's completely different. Sportsbook marketing everywhere. And I'm guessing the legalization of sports betting nationwide has caused all these sportsbooks out there to be like, you know what, we need to really hype this up, tout it. And every single sportsbook is marketed in the way that it makes it sound like it's really easy to win. Now, that's just casino marketing in general. If you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you will see a lot of advertising for WinStar and Choctaw casinos, and all their marketing talks about how all you do is win if you go there, right? I mean, they call it WinStar, right? I call it Lose Star. Me and my friends at TCU used to drive up there all the time. We called it Lose Star, but you get the idea. Casino marketing is always based around the fact that you win no matter what. Sportsbooks are no different. They are marketing to the fact that you are going to be a winner if you bet on sports. And another thing that's helps with sportsbook is I call it word of mouth. Now, everybody knows that guy, at least one person, if not more. I know several who claim that every single time they go to the casino, they win. They are up so much betting on sports. They're just a genius betting on sports. No matter what they're betting on, they're a winner. Everybody knows that guy. The average person is going to think, well, if he can do it, so can I. And sportsbooks know this, and they love to take advantage of that. They want to make it sound like it's very easy to win betting money on sports. That is what this marketing campaign is all about. And with a lot more people betting on sport these days because it's more accessible, people need to know the truth. And what is the truth? Well, the average person does not stand a chance profiting long run betting on sports. Now, you saw me hold this up on my first ever video. You're seeing me hold it up now. 99%. And that 99% represents the number of people I think lose long-term betting on sports. I actually think it's higher. It's probably like 99.5, 99.6. But long-term. Keyword is long-term here. Now, anybody can have a good day or a good week or a good month and maybe even have a good season. I mean, you can flip a coin and chances are you're going to have a hot streak at some point, but I'm talking about long-term sustained success betting on sports where you win more money than you lose over the long run. Now, a lot of people would be like, well, I'm up. I'm up. Be honest with yourself. From the moment you placed your first bet to now, are you really up? Or is it just short-term selection bias? When I say long-term, I mean long-term, like a long-term profit strategy, not, oh, I just had a good week. Because a lot of people replied to my first video I made on the subject, be like, I just want a parlay. Well, I don't care. I'm talking about long-term success. The average person does not stand a chance. And here's the deal. I know what you're going to say. Well, I'm not average. I'm above average. Everybody thinks they're above average when it comes to sports betting. Everybody thinks that because they sit down on their couch, drink a beer, watch football on the weekends or whatever, they're an expert on football and they can make money betting on it, right? Everybody thinks that they are above average expert. But trust me, you're not. The above average people, the truly above average people, or the elite people when it comes to this stuff, are the people with like powerful machine learning algorithms and all that stuff. If you're not doing that, you're average. And that leads to the next question. A lot of people, I've seen this question asked all the time, like how hard can it possibly be to make money betting on sports? I mean, just find that one game per day that's a lock, that's a sure thing, that's a winner. Just look at the board, find that one like guarantee, and you'll make money every day. I've actually had people say that to me. I met a guy here in Las Vegas, like, I just try to find that one game a day that's off, and I just want to win that one, and I'll make money every day. He actually told me that's his strategy. Just find that one game that's off. Like, anyway, People ask, how hard can it be? Well, it's very hard, guys. It is not easy. It's not. Here's the truth. Sportsbooks would not exist if the average person could beat them. They either would raise their juice to really high levels to the point where it wouldn't be worth it, or they just wouldn't exist. If the average person who sits on his couch and drinks a beer, watches sports every now and then, could beat the books with just his head, just my gut, they wouldn't exist, guys. They make money to profit, not lose money. Think about it. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And in order to beat a sportsbook in the long run, you have to overcome 3 obstacles. Number 1 are the odds makers. The odds makers are not stupid. A lot of people think they are. Like every time on Sundays when the college football lines come out, I like to see people's reaction. They're like, I can't believe this is a line. Are the odds makers stupid? That's free money. Trust me, guys, the odds makers are not stupid. I guarantee you they're smarter than you and they know what they're doing. Who would you rather trust? Someone with powerful machine learning algorithms out there, or some guy who watches college football on Saturdays from his couch and has no data background at all? Who would you trust? Trust me, guys, the odds makers are not stupid. They don't make a lot of mistakes. And when they do, that comes to the second obstacle, the market. Now, if you asked 1 million people what they think would happen in a sporting event, chances are over time, over the long run, they're going to be pretty accurate to what actually happens. That's the market forces. It exists in economics and it exists in sports betting. It's very powerful, and that's why the NFL is so hard to beat, because it's the most bet sport in the world, and when you have thousands and thousands of people betting on a single game, that's going to sharpen the line very close to reality, and it's very hard to find an edge. That's why I don't bet NFL, because it's too high volume, and you can guarantee that any mistake the odds makers make is going to be sharpened by the market to the point where there's no edge. So let's say you can overcome the odds makers and the market, and say you hit 51% of the time. Well, that's not going to be enough, because the third obstacle you have to overcome is the juice. On a standard -110 side bet, you have to win 52.4% of the time, and that's a lot easier said than done. I have a lot of people that say, how hard can it be to hit 53%? And when I say 52.4% of the time, that's just to break even, guys. That's not to make money. To make any real money, we're talking about like probably 53.5%. And a lot of people are going to be like, how hard can that possibly be? Only 53.5% of the time. I can do that. Only 53%. I can do that. Well, guys, it is very difficult to win 53% of the time on spread bets, guys. So that is what I call the triumvirate that you have to beat in order to profit long run, and it is very difficult. So I know what you're going to ask. Well, what's the point of this video then? I clicked on this video to learn how to win, the truth about winning at sports betting. So why do you even exist if you're just going to tell people they're going to lose? I've had people ask me that all the time, and I'm going to tell you this. Sports betting truth exists to give you the truth about sports betting, and the truth is not rosy. Now, if you go to YouTube and search sports betting, you're going to see a ton of sports betting YouTube channels out there. But all of them that I've seen, at least most of them that I've seen, operate from this pivot, and that is how to win at sports betting. How to make money at sports betting. Guaranteed way to make money at sports betting. So pretty much all the other sports betting YouTube channels out there exist to say, do this and you will win. I will never do that, because that is not the truth about sports betting. There are no guarantees. There are no easy ways. There are no shortcuts when it comes to sports betting. So therefore, what this channel exists for is to let you know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you place money on sports. Because like I said, all the sports betting marketing out there for sports books operate from the assumption that you're going to win if you just deposit money with us and start betting today. And the other sports betting YouTube channels out there operate from the assumption that just do what I tell you to do and you'll win. Whether they be touts or whatever, they are going to say, do this to win. And I do not think that is the truth. I think that is a lie. There could be nothing more misleading out there than saying do this and you'll win, because like I said, there's no guarantees at this. So therefore, I want to provide a sports betting outlet on YouTube that is not do this and you will win. So do this. Go ahead and watch those other YouTube channels out there that say do this and you will win. Follow their advice. See how that works out for you. If it works out for you, great. You have no need for sports betting truth. But I can guarantee you what they say to do will either fail or be underwhelming, and then you'll come back to me and see the value that I provide. Because I can tell you, most of those videos out there that say do this and you'll win are arbitrage, guys. And really, arbitrage is a lot more disappointing than it sounds, guys. There's a lot of risk involved. It's not the sure thing they make it sound to be. So for Sports Betting Truth, this is the mission, guys. It's not about helping you win more money. That's not what this is about. It's about allowing you to lose less money. Do these things and you will lose less money and make your dollar go further. That's what this is all about. I'm sorry guys, there's no guarantees to winning. Because if there was a surefire way to win, you think I would share that with you? No. Like I said earlier, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So if I had a way that was guaranteed to make money betting on sports, I wouldn't share it out. I wouldn't broadcast it to the world because you know why? Because then the sportsbook would find out what their point of weakness was that you could exploit, and they would adapt and fix that, and then my gravy train would be over. So that's why all these channels out there that say do this and you'll win are crap, because if you really had a guaranteed way to win, you would not be broadcasting it out to where the sportsbook could see and adjust and ruin your angle that you're exploiting to make money with. So it's all about self-promotion for those guys. It's not about giving you actual advice. So that leads me to the last segment of this video, how to profit long-term. So I'm sure at this point you're probably wondering, well, how do I profit long-term? How do I become part of that 1% that does? Well, you have to put in a ton of effort, and even then there is no guarantee. Guys, like I said, there is no surefire way to make money betting on sports, and this is where I'm going to start talking about models. A lot of people think you just need to build a model and you will win, like model equals win. No, model raises your chances from basically 0% to something that is not 0%, right? But it does not raise your chances of winning to 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. No, no, no. A model just raises your odds from 0%. That's it. So first of all, you need to ignore anyone who claims they have the solution. There's a lot of people out there that make a living telling you, hey, buy my picks and you'll win. There's a lot of people who say, do this and you'll win. You need to ignore all that. If you're going to make money betting on sports, it's going to be on you. It's not going to be relying on somebody else. Like I said, if you have the solution, would you give it away? No. So to beat the triumvirate that I talked about, the odds, the market, and the juice, you have to put in a ton of effort. And like I said, even putting in that effort does not guarantee you anything. I've put in a ton of effort over the years on my college football model. In the past 4 seasons, it has profited. You guys have followed the last 2 seasons of my college football model right here on this channel. I'm going for a 5th straight season of profitability this year, but there's no guarantees. Just because it's profited the last 4 years does not mean it'll profit a 5th year in a row. There's no guarantees. So even if I had a good model, I still would not trust it that much, because you would have to operate from the assumption that today is the day it stops being profitable. That's how I operate. That's why I don't bet a lot of money on sports, because there's no guarantees. Just because I have a good model now does not mean it will be good going forward. And the amount of effort you put in does not translate to the amount of money you win. My college basketball model this past season, I put in a ton of effort in that, and you guys followed it on this channel. And the actual pregame bets were a train wreck. Like, the only thing that saved me from disaster in college basketball this past season was second half bets and NCAA tournament prop bets. Without those things, it just would have been a total train wreck, despite the hours and hours and weeks and months I put into the college basketball model. So that right there is proof enough. And I have a very strong data science analytics background. That is proof enough that the amount of effort you put in does not translate to success guaranteed. There's still a lot of randomness out there. And ultimately, guys, you're betting on humans. You're not betting on robots, and humans do human things. So you have to ask yourself this. Are you willing to put in all this effort without the guarantee of success? And if the answer is no, then it's not worth it, guys. You have to enjoy the process. You have to enjoy the trials and tribulations, trial and error, learning from mistakes. You have to enjoy being a stats nerd, to have the patience and resolve it takes to ultimately get to a point where you might be able to make some money betting on sports. Like, my college football model just started becoming profitable in 2017. I had several losing seasons before that, before it started to profit. I had to learn from my mistakes and get better and improve and sharpen the saw, so to speak, to get to the point where it started to become profitable. And a lot of people don't have that patience or resolve to get there. It takes a ton of patience to do this as well, besides effort. Effort and patience are going to get you to the point where you might be able to create a model. Like I said, might. There's no guarantees. Might create a model that wins. And if you aren't willing to put in the effort when it comes to building a model or some sort of strategy that profits you long term, then you need to ask yourself, why am I doing this? There's nothing wrong with sports betting without a model, but you just have to accept the fact that you're going to lose, guys, over the long run. And I still think that there's value in playing games, whether it be casino games or betting on sports, where the house is against you and you're going to lose long term, right? I go and play blackjack or video poker sometimes, and even though that you can't beat these casino games, it's mathematically impossible to beat them over the long run outside of full pay video poker, there's still an entertainment value when it comes to sitting down at a blackjack table and playing anyway. Just like someone might spend 20 bucks to go to the movies, other people might want to spend 20 bucks at the blackjack table or in a slot machine. There's an entertainment value attached to that. And I understand that that's still the case for sports betting as well. There's still an entertainment value, but you have to be very careful because there's a very fine line when it comes to sports betting for fun and problem gambling. And for a lot of people, those lines get blurred, and then all of a sudden they find themselves in problem gambling territory. So ask yourself, why am I doing this? It's fine that you can place money on a game to have more fun watching it. There's nothing wrong with that, but you just have to be careful. And if you're going to do that, you have to assume every time you do it, you're going to lose, and only bet with money you can afford to lose. And when I say afford to lose, I don't mean dipping into your personal expenses like rent, housing, anything like that. No, like after you've paid all your bills, after you've invested in all your retirement accounts and everything, then anything you have left over, yeah, that's fine. But assume that you're going to lose every single dollar that you put into it. And if you can't watch a game without having money on it, then you have a problem. So you got to be careful. Like I said about Sports Betting Truth, this channel is all about letting you know what you're getting yourself into. And a lot of people justify their problem gambling with, I just want to have more fun watching the game, so I put some money on it. Be careful. It's a very thin line you have to walk. And a lot of people are like, I'm up, I'm up. Are you really up? Or is it just like a short term, is it just selection bias, guys? A lot of people say, yeah, I'm up. Yeah, I'm up, but really? And I feel like that's another problem people have when it comes to sports betting and problem gambling, is that the fact they're not honest with themselves about their success or failure. Anyway, guys, that wraps up this video, The Truth About Sports Betting 2021 edition, 2 years later from the first time I did this video, and not much has changed. The average person doesn't stand a chance. You have to be very careful, and if you want to have any chance of profiting long term, you got to put in a ton of effort. Otherwise, just be honest with yourself about why you're betting on sports and be careful. If you like this video, hit the like button. That helps this video a lot and this channel a lot, and it pushes videos like this to the top of YouTube instead of the crap YouTube channels out there when it comes to sports betting. So make sure to hit that like button, and until next time, this is Sports Betting Truth, signing off.